So today we're going to talk about AnimLayer, where you can use your base animation and add a different layer on top of it. So if you want to add in a finger animation, we just need to click it on. You see this finger will open up on its own, and we can add in turn and look. So at the middle part of the animation, we'll turn this animation to look at the camera and look back at the back of the animation. So AnimLayer is something like a Photoshop where you want to add animation on top of your existing animation. AnimLayer is under here beside display. So for this run cycle, I would like to add a finger animation on top of this animation. So first I have to select all the finger animation, all the finger controller, including the left hand and the right hand. Then I can add a new AnimLayer, or you can go under layer and create layer from selected. Okay, so I will do the shortcut, which is press this button. We have our base animation, which is the original animation, and the animation that we want to create on top of that. So we want to rename this as fingers. Then we can start to use the finger controller that you add in to do the finger animation. The first thing you need to do is to do a keyframe at the start of your animation and the back of the animation. We can add in the layer on top of it, like over 10. I want his finger to open up. So I'll do a quick animation. So once I'm done, you see additional keyframe under your finger. So make sure it's not in the base layer, it's under the finger layer. Now you have the original keyframe, which is your fist, and then you go to 10, it will open up. Okay, then go back to your original pose. Then we will play through. It looks something like this, open up and close, open up and close. Okay, so if you don't want to see that layer, you can close it, mute layer. Okay, it will go back to original. And once you open up, it will open up your finger. Okay, same thing, I can do it for the other side. Click the finger layer and then go to the other finger, key in the original one, then we will go to the other finger, we will spread our finger. Okay, once we are done, it will look something like this. So then you can offset your animation to make it more interesting. This is the left hand, it is the right hand. Your right hand will delay more. Okay, so this is one way we can use the AnimLayer, and we even can create additional layer on top of the finger. So let's say I want to bend his body more. I will add a layer for our body. So I will use maybe our chest and the pelvis area. So then we will include a layer and we will call this chest. Okay, then we can select the chest, all the chest and the pelvis, and click the start and the end. So when he go down that time, I will want him to bend down more. So we can rotate here and use our spine to bring him down more. So let's say the head is looking downward after you bend down, and we want to include in our chest, because right now our head and neck is not included inside the chest. So what we can do is select the controller that we want and right click and add selected object, okay, into this chest itself. So we will include all the controller that is here. Let's say if we want to select the leg that is not included, you will see this is empty. The green color means the base one. And let's say we select the finger we did just now, you will see only the green color is in finger here and not the chest. Okay, so only the controller that you selected and included inside your layer will appear this green color. Okay, so take note of that. The controller that you want to animate, make sure you add into the layer itself. So the head, I want him to look up after I bend down. Okay, before that, make sure you key the first and the last key. This is so that you can keep the original animation. So here you can look up. Okay, once it is going upward, I would like his chest to curve more. So over here, I will bend his body more, and this body will twist up more. Okay, when he go down that time, I'll repeat again. Okay, I will select the head and the chest and the pelvis. I will use number 2, copy and paste. Okay, then I'll shift the timing around, and here we'll go chest up again more, and head down. So now his body is more flexible. So now you can see the before and after. Before and after. So you can compare your animation like this and see which one do you like your animation more. Okay, so let's say you don't want this, you think it's it's going up and down too much, you can switch off it, it will turn red color. Okay, so there are a lot of things that you can use for AnimLayer. So maybe at certain area, from let's say this is a run cycle, maybe I will put it around 120. So say I want to use all my controller, I will click all. Try not to use unnecessary controller, okay, because it will make your computer very lag. Okay, I will use this and create a new layer. I will call this turn. So I want him at the middle part, turn and look at the camera. Okay, now he's looking at the front, right? So now I will select all the controller, make sure it's green color. At the start, I will click one, and then maybe at the end frame, I will click another one, the original pose. Then maybe at this area at 40, okay, we want to make him turn over here to look at us in around 60. Let's try. I will make him twist his chest and pelvis, maybe not so much on the pelvis, just a bit, and then some more in the spine itself, and the head just look at us. Okay, after that, at this pose, maybe at 80, I will want to use back his original pose. I will copy and paste to 80. Okay, so he will turn, look at us, then turn back. Okay, so now I want to make him turn and look longer. So maybe at 80, I will push everything to the back. Then I will use 20. Okay, then I will copy and paste this to here. So he will look at us longer. Okay, before he turn back. Here, maybe you want to make the animation look nicer. Okay, maybe at 30, you still want him to look at the front. And here, 90, you want him to still look at the audience, the camera. Let's say if you mess up your stuff, you still can able to switch it off. Switch off both animation, finger, and everything will go back to original. Okay, so this is how you do it. And one last thing. So after you finish everything, you like this animation, graph editor will look very messy. Okay, because we have a lot of layer to take care of. So you want to merge this all layer together so that you can clean up your graph more easily. What you can do is to click everything, right click and merge layer. Okay, once you merge layer, you can keep it as default. Once you merge the layer, okay, make sure your start and the end is what you want, 120, and then you click merge. It will help you bake all the layers into one animation, into one base animation. So your final will be like this. So take note, this cannot be reversed. So do it when your animation is already final. So now as you can see, your animation of this finger, it opened up at the beginning, okay, but when you go to the back of the animation, it's not anymore. Because when we select our finger, okay, under the finger, you can see the keyframe just stop at 20. So what you can do is the same as your run cycle. You can always select all the finger and create an infinity cycle. Post infinity cycle. So if you cannot see anything, just click view and infinity, and then you can see your loop. Okay, same thing for your chest and the chest animation. Select all the chest, okay, your graph editor, and then select all the chest, go to infinity cycle, post infinity cycle. So now you will have everything in a cycle loop. AnimLayer is very good if you have already polished your animation as a base animation. So it's not recommend for you to do it at blogging stage or even spine stage. Okay, so make sure you polish your animation before you do your AnimLayer, because it will actually complicate things a lot. So even after you bake your animation, okay, after you merge your layer, look at your keyframe is every single frame. So if you want to do your touch up, you have to touch up one by one. Okay, so it's not recommended when you do blogging stage. Alright, so that's all for today. Hope you have learned something, and see you next time.